So
it's a bit trial and error, isn't it? First time.
It is, yeah. And sometimes the signal goes because we're not in a very good area for the signal.
Yeah. It's all reliant on that.
Pardon?
Evening all. Reese, can you hear us? Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, Hazel.
Hi, Hazel.
Hello. Reese, can you hear us? Reese is having problems hearing. I wonder if he's got the volume turned up.
I know. I just posted now. Have you touched the audio button? Has he touched?
Yeah.
He needs to touch that, doesn't he?
Oh. Hello. Hang on a minute. He's just put a. Have you got this on the bottom?
That's me.
Bottom left. Bottom left.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. If he touches the bottom left and he touches the audio, I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Audio, he needs to, yeah.
It's red,
It's a
but
red
can't cross it.
Oh, you need to not tap it. That's all I've done.
Have you got audio?
That's so dull, isn't it?
I wonder if he's on his
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Can't uncross it.
Hi. Yay, can you hear us, Reese?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yay! Well done. We're all having a big conflab here, trying to get you up and running.
Yeah. Thanks, Kim.
What did you do?
I think I pressed
The audio.
ring in. I don't know what I did actually, but it's gone off now, so we'll go with it.
Button.
Amazing. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Kim this evening as well. Our little new superstar, Kim. We will get round to having a chin. We're going to catch up properly at some point soon. How are things? You're doing amazingly well. Well done.
Thank you very much. I'm very sunburned today.
Yeah, me too. Excuse the general glow. I've been on the beach today.
Agreed. It's the same.
We don't come on these calls to look glamorous. I tell you that now.
No, it's nearly bedtime.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh dear. Fab. Right, just a couple of quick messages. We're also waiting on the star show.
Julia and Becky are on.
Brilliant. Oh, it's lovely to see so many faces on here tonight. So, how is everybody? Are you all enjoying this amazing weather?
Yeah, fantastic.
Brilliant. Are you all hearing me and receiving me loud and clear?
Yeah.
Fine.
Brilliant. I think Tina's been on the booze already because she's already at 90 degrees to everybody else. Or maybe it's a static camera, I'm not sure. Fantastic. Well, hopefully we're gonna have Gemma on the call.
Too well, Hazel.
I bet you've got a big glass there, haven't you, Tina? Yeah, well, she's dialing in. Hello, Gemma. Welcome to the call this evening.
I think I need.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Yeah, fab. Thanks, lovely. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. Amazing. So, everybody, if you don't mind, for now, I'm going to stick you all on mute and just unmute Gemma, just to, if I can figure out how to do that. Or if you can put yourselves on mute, that would be great. Yeah. I'm not quite sure how to mute everybody.
Oh.
Stick yourselves on mute if you can, just so we don't get any dogs barking or phones ringing or whatever in the background. But if anybody's got any questions, then we can go from there. So we've got Gemma on the call this evening, who is a very good friend of mine, little South Wales massive going on down here. But she's just flying, doing amazingly well. And I don't know how many of you saw, but last month, I think it was, wasn't it, Gem? Or this month, you were announced as last month's top recruiter in the entire company.
I can't believe it.
Just mind-blowing. It's amazing. Well done, Percy. Massive congratulations. So what we're going to do this evening, we're going to keep it quite nice and relaxed. But I just wanted to have a bit of a chat, and I'm sure, you know, people have got kind of, well, I know that certainly my team have sent in some questions of stuff that they want to know and want to ask. So we'll just have a bit of a chat around it, if that's all right. And then at the end, everybody get your pens and papers to hand, because I want to go through some events that we've got coming up soonish. So, yeah, make sure that you kind of have things ready for that. But to begin with, Gemma, well, firstly, thank you for agreeing to come on the Zoom call. I know this is not your natural, comfortable habitat.
I'm still a bit stiff on these calls.
You're amazing. Don't worry. We're all nice people. But Gemma, just quickly, give me a very quick bit of background for those of you those people on the call who don't know you this evening. Where you're from, how long you've been in the business, what did you do, all that kind of quick gubbins.
Okay, so I live in Nelson. I have 2 children, Emily and Jasper, 7 and 9. And yeah, I used to be a teacher for 10 years, secondary school teacher. And I was fine until the children came along, but we had 2 in quick succession, 15 months apart, and the pressure started to build. And then Jasper was diagnosed with autism when he was 3 and a half. And yeah, the pressure became immense at that point. And I was off with stress and was introduced to this fantastic business then, and grabbed it with both hands, and just been a life-changing opportunity for us.
Amazing. And am I right in thinking it was just you that started the business, and since you've been on a couple of holidays, your hubby has kind of felt a bit guilty for not getting involved and contributing to the holiday, so he's joined too?
Yeah, it was the family holiday of a lifetime. We went on to the French Riviera.
Yeah.
And yes, we came back from that holiday, and Steve had such an amazing time. And he said, "Oh, love, awesome holiday. Sign me up. I'm in." He said, "We're on the next holiday."
Amazing. So where are you now, Gemma? You're STL, are you at the moment?
Yeah, STL. Fantastic.
STL, working towards GL. Hopefully we'll be on stage together for that at some point.
Yeah.
And so you've been in the business for how long, sorry, did you say?
For 4.5 years now.
4.5 years now. So you're doing really well. So in terms of the top achievers list, is this the first time you've hit the dizzy heights of the top achievers list?
It is, yeah.
Oh, and you've gone right in there at the top, no messing around, straight in there.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Perfect. Okay. Brilliant. And you actually found out, I believe, while you were on holiday, weren't you? Didn't you?
Yeah. And really shocked. Wasn't expecting it at all. Yeah, lovely, a lovely surprise.
Brilliant. Well, yeah, and that's just what I love about this business. You can go away on holiday and come back, or while you're away, you can get some, amazing recognition for just being on holiday, which, brilliant. I love it. So I know a couple of people out there are keen to know the details, but Reese particularly asked the question, how many people did you recruit? What did you do to get yourself in there at the top at number 1?
Well, it's not all about personal recruiting. It's about helping people in your team get off to a good start, basically.
Okay.
So I helped six newbies come into the team, got them off to a good start. So hitting their pass out bonuses and just getting them up.
Brilliant. So you had a busy month working with 6 newbies. Now, did you recruit all of those yourself?
No. There was 3 of my team members got to QD.
Okay. And you helped them go out and recruit some new people, which they also got started fast.
Yes.
Amazing. So this is quite key, I think. It's not all about what you do yourself. It's about helping other people and getting the newbies up and started fast, isn't it? And that overall activity for how the newbies done has also been counted in terms of being recognised, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, amazing, interesting. So what support did you give them kind of right from the early stages to get them up and running and get them moving fast?
Well, I always sit down with the new ID, spend about an hour with them, going through the list, making sure they've got 20 names on a list, going through that fast start plan, working through their why, writing it out, practicing it until it feels natural, and then working through the script as well and just helping them book appointments. So we'll sit with them and book the appointments with them.
Okay.
So, you know, if they say on the phone, you know, what is it all about? As we know, we feel under pressure. If they're on their own, then they, you know, may feel the need to add in a bit of extra information that they shouldn't do. You know what it all happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's just being there for help and support, isn't it? So that one-to-one support really helps.
Brilliant. So you're using that fast start plan quickly and in the early days. And roughly how quickly are you trying to get these people for this sit-down appointment? Is this immediately you sign them up as a customer, you sign them up as a distributor, and then you start going through the list and fast start plan within that same kind of appointment, or do you meet them again within 24, 48 hours, or how does it work?
It's not always, you know, possible. As we all know, people have different things going on. But yeah, you know, you try and get as much done in that session once they've signed up. Yeah, I think speed is the key, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you can't get it all done, it's about getting back to them as quickly as possible within the first kind of few days, really, and getting that started.
It's highlighting the top 10 SAMs on the list. The switch ambitious, motivated people, and just getting those 10 appointments in the diary and supporting them on those appointments.
Fantastic. So you're really looking to focus on their SAMs. They're switched on, they're ambitious, they're motivated contacts, the ones who you're most likely to do the business, rather than going to see their gran or their mum or their
because they can practice on those, can't they? You know, they can do the practice the presentation on them. There's no for them because there's a family member. I want to see their top 10.
Perfect.
They need experience.
And I think that's really, really good as well, because I suppose you're valuing your time with them then. You've got 6 new people in the business to help mentor and help get started. You can only see a handful of people, you know, with them. You can't be doing it all. So you want to be seeing the ones that you're most likely to get, you know, top results from as soon as possible, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a really good mentality. And I know that's certainly a shift from, you know, even quite recently. A lot of people said, you know, we've got to get out there and see the people who are most likely to do you a favor, that like the nans and the sisters and things, and get started on the gentle way. But actually now we're going, right, come on, let's crack on and get some people signed up in your business. And that's exactly what you've done.
Yeah, who would you like to be in your business? Who's your best mates? Let's go and see them. You know, wouldn't it be a nice feeling to be all on training together?
Yeah.
And it's a nice, when you've got some friends on board, it's lovely, isn't it? You know, going on training together as mates, starting on a new project, it's exciting then, isn't it?
Absolutely. And both of us, you know, having been in the business a while, have seen the strength of that as the teams develop. Teams are much stronger if they're working with, you know, like-minded people or friends and people that you know they enjoy being around. They work it together and they work it a lot better, don't they? Do you think that has contributed to the success in terms of the fact that people have successfully brought on friends and they're more keen to go forward?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because obviously they've got that bond there, haven't they? It's that good relationship there, and they work together. You know, they work together well, don't they already? Yeah. So. Yeah. Brilliant.
Okay, cool. So just kind of going back a step, you recruited 3 of those IDs yourself. Would you say 3 IDs a month is a usual number for you in terms of recruiting? What?
I've been about 1 a week on roughly.
You tend to recruit about 1 a week. Fantastic. Well, that's a phenomenal stat to get going, but it's not always been like that. You mentioned to me earlier that you actually used to be much more of a customer gatherer than a recruiter.
Yeah, I did. I came into this business with very little confidence. You know, lots of people think, oh, you know, as a teacher, gosh, you should be really confident, but I didn't. You know, I was confident in front of a class of children, but you know, something like this was totally out of my comfort zone. And like anyone else, you've just got to learn the skills, and you know, bit by bit, I've done it. You know, I've just gone out there and just embrace the fear factor, I suppose. Yeah, you're you're really scared to pick up the phone and get started, but you just got to do it, and you understand that the more you do, the easier it gets and the more confident you get bit by bit. And I think personal development has been massive for me. Done personal development day by day, and it's just massive for your posture, your belief in yourself, the company and the industry. And that just pays 10 times over then, doesn't it, in terms of your productivity and your results. So
they do say
at it, and you just grow by confidence, day by day, month by month. And I think with that confidence then obviously success comes. You qualify for holidays, minis and so on, and it just all adds to your confidence, your posture, doesn't it? And people buy into that then, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think somebody once said that you should work harder on yourself than you do on your business, and that the people in this business that do well are spending more money on and more time on personal development than they are on anything else, and that's where the real success really lies. And obviously that's something you've tapped into and you're now seeing the benefits of.
Definitely. I'm not the same person I was 4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. It's surprising how much of a big effect it has on you. And it's
awesome. Okay, and just jumping ahead as well talking on the personal development, I was going to touch on this towards the end, but while we're talking about personal development, I know Sam's very interested in this. He's the real green in our team, and he makes me laugh with some of the questions he comes up with sometimes. I'm sure you won't mind me saying that, Sam. But Sam's very interested to find if you've got any particular recommendations on personal development or and anything on mindset development. Is there anything in particular that you've done or read that has made a massive difference to you, especially in the recruiting side of things?
I love that CD, Paula Pritchard's recruiting CD. I think you can't go wrong with GoPro. Learning those 7 steps, even if you've been in the business a couple of years, you forget the phrases, the scripts, and so on. And I think those seven skills, just nailing them is it's what the business is all about, isn't it? And anything by Big Al, I love Big Al. Neil Johnson always used to say to me, look, you study this guy, and you make a massive success, because he's just a legend. And that's all I've done, is just study this guy, and you just he's all about the skills, isn't he? And what to say, what not to say.
Absolutely.
Answer, what generates a no answer. And it's just the psychology of the human mind, isn't it? Just understanding that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if anybody hasn't watched any or listened to or learned to any of Big Al's stuff, he does the most amazing, just short 2 or 3 word phrases or lines or whatever that you can drop into conversations and have an awful lot of fun with. But it's amazing the results that you get from them, isn't it, Gemma? You can get some really, really fun kind of stuff going on, but it makes a difference in every aspect of your life as well, which is fab. Okay, so brilliant. So we've kind of touched on exactly what you did last month to get to where you are, but I know a lot of the team, and Reese has just sent me a message saying, where did she find all these new IDs? And that was something that a couple of the team were interested in. Where are you finding your new recruits from? Where are you meeting your leads and your anybody that you bring on board, your prospects from, really?
I think the first thing to mention is that there's no magic pill with it. There's no magic secret. It's just, I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary. I'm just doing what all the top leaders in the business tell us to do. Everything that is taught to us on training, I just implement. I just go on training all the time, events, associating with the right people, and you just implement that. But it's nothing that's not, it's not some crazy thing that I've just discovered that I'm doing now that I wasn't doing before. It's just consistency, being persistent, and just speaking to everybody. I do a bit of everything. WAMs, warm lists, using social networks, which is mainly children's clubs.
Okay.
Speaking to mums down the school, You know, I don't just jump on people's backs, you know, it's just more of a slow burn in those kinds of circles.
So that's kind of like the level three ones on the 5 levels of formality. You gradually build up the relationship with them.
Yeah, using form, those types of people I see every week. So you know that you can just build it up over time and just find the optimum, I suppose, the optimum opportunity to help someone, I suppose, isn't it? If you think that you can help that person by mentioning the business to them, then you just, you know, you're just looking for those clues, aren't you? And then, you know, I might not mention it there and then, I may mention it sort of, you know, the next time I see them, or maybe the next week, possibly, you know, when the time is right, I feel, you know.
Okay. So when you're building relationship with people, you mentioned about form, and for the people on here that are not aware of that, the form is an acronym, isn't it? F is for asking people about their friends and family.
Yeah.
Yep. O is about their occupation.
Mm-hmm.
R is about their recreational stuff, so what they do in their spare time and things like that. And then M is about making the invite and chatting to people. So you focus on the F, O, and the O, and the R to begin with over a period of time, just asking them loads of questions and getting to know them and building that bit of relationship and rapport with them. Yeah.
And if there's someone that I know I'm not going to see after that point in time, you just go for it then, don't you? So you mentioned it, you say, well, okay, you mentioned earlier that you said you'd love to go on holiday and you haven't been able to for the last 3 years. I might be able to help you out with that. So you go down the route of helping them, and they're thankful then, aren't they? You know, you've offered to help. So, and you're not selling anything then, are you?
Totally. And I think there's very much a big thing with this business as well, is we're here to help people. Everything that we do is about helping people. And certainly I found that when I changed my mindset from, oh my goodness, I'm trying to sell gas and electricity, to, you know what, I just genuinely want to help people. I want to help them either save money, and I want to help them either make money. Then once I got that mentality, is all I want to do is help you. If you want it, great. If not, no stress. Yeah. I found that my business certainly took off, and I assume that probably has happened for you as well.
I think it's just being normal, just being, you know, just smiling a lot, and people are just curious why you're so happy.
Yeah.
And when you smile at someone, they instantly smile back at you, don't they? And that just sort of opens up a conversation, funnily enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
They straight away. So, just asking someone how's their day gone, you know, and most people just don't show an interest in anyone. They're so consumed in people's in their own lives. They just don't show an interest in other people nowadays. So suddenly you just stand out in a crowd by being someone who was interested rather than being interesting. So
that's really key.
Questions, and you know, people just open up to you. They just tell you all their problems.
Fantastic. And it is really just about chatting to people. So am I right in thinking then that when you kind of make the invitation, you've not been on holiday for a while, I might have something that'll help you with that. That's something that you do kind of right at the end as you're about to leave, is it? So you can't get drawn into a question too many questions about it? Fab. Right. Yeah. And what do you say at that stage if they say, oh, well, you know, how or what? Would you then just say, well, tell you what, let's meet up for coffee and
I never send out websites, because I've never had any success from just sending a website link.
Okay.
I meet up with them for coffee, and if they shy away from that, then it's not for them. I just take it away from them and say, okay, it's obviously not for you.
Yeah.
No problem. On to the next person.
Amazing. And you know what, I think again, you know, all of these different bits of useful tips, they all kind of come together because it gives an overview of, you know what, it's a numbers game, isn't it? It's about getting out there and talking to as many people. And to a certain extent, you mentioned to me earlier, you feel that your results last month were an element of luck, of just things falling into place as well. You know, having done it consistently, it all just kind of came to place in one go as well.
It's just be consistent, keeping in touch with people, keeping people in the pipeline, following up with people. And as they say, we're in the decision-making business. So, you know, you're just trying to get a decision out of them. And if after the first exposure, which is the video, the presentation, they're unable to make a decision, then, you know, it's like hot plates then, isn't it? You move them from this hot plate onto the next one, which may be the Pizza Tuesday, or it may be the op. So you just invite them along to whichever comes up next in the calendar, and then it's asking them for the decision again, and if they're unable to make a decision, then on to the next one. Yeah, so it's just hot plate to hot plate to hot plate, and just asking them to would you like to give it a go?
Fantastic. And that's something that Eric Warre talks about a lot, is the 7 exposures. People need to generally see things or be exposed to something 7 times before they'll feel comfortable to make a decision on it. So you can't necessarily expect them to say yes straight away.
Yeah. It's timing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think to a certain extent we've covered Jan's question, which I was going to go to next, which was, do you find out their potential why to help them get them hooked? That, I assume, would be kind of where you work the form into it, is it?
Yeah. It's just key to find out what their hot button is, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
So just finding out what's important to them.
Brilliant. And when you go and see people, you doing the appointments, I just assume that the presentation as it is now, we show them kind of everything. We have to show them the business. Whereas once upon a time, people say, I lead with the business opportunity, or I lead with the customer presentation back in the day, which wasn't so long ago. But now we've got this new presentation. I assume you just show it to everybody, do you? You don't have to specify one or the other. You just see what they like.
Yeah, that's the presentation, so that they see everything. So, and it's just sticking to what's in front of you. I think I've dumbed down my presentation a lot. I used to do this all singing, all dancing, lots of detail, and I just realised that the simpler it is, the more people that see it, will think to themselves that, I could do this too. Well, let's give it a go. If you're doing this really detailed presentation, a lot of people may think to themselves, oh gosh, I couldn't remember all that. I couldn't do what you've just done. So it's keeping it simple, I find, and sticking to what's in front of you. It works. It's duplicatable, isn't it? So just following the system.
Fantastic. So keep it simple, keep the presentation simple, and then I assume at the end of the presentation you ask the question as it is on the bottom of the screen. So what's best for you, making money or saving money, or both?
And just they've got to make a decision then, haven't they? So it's sort of closing before the end of the presentation, isn't it? So they've decided that either one or the other is best for them. So
fantastic. And Natalie's asked about the money bit as well. How do you do the money bit, and when? In terms of how the money works and explaining how we get paid, how does that tie into your presentation?
Well, it's at the end. If it's there on the screen, isn't it? So it's just going through and explaining it.
Yeah.
And
do you write it out for people?
No. I just go through it on the screen, and I just explain that in 30 days I can help them earn £2,350. Would that benefit them? Or would they do with £2,350 if that was in the bank account?
So you explain the quip side of things from there. I think that's quite an interesting point, because that's kind of an added extra to what's on how the money works. Within the first 30 days, people don't realise that they could potentially earn that much by going out there and getting 6 quips, do they?
For the first 6 quips, first 2 fast start bonuses, £2,350.
And how would that benefit them?
Yeah, what would they do with that money?
Brilliant. And again, getting them to start visualizing how that would benefit them and what that would be for them.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So just to clarify then, so you get to the end of the presentation, you do, so what's best for you, save money, make money. If they say they just want to save money, would you still show them how the money works, or would you say, just let me show you how we get paid, and then we can go on to having a look at that?
I do show them everything. And I don't go through it in a lot of detail, but I just go through it, and you can just get a feel, can't you, of who's more interested than others, and then you can go through, and the more detail you go into then will be those that are showing more interest. So the holidays and the mini, and I think you're bombarding with people with too much information if you know, they just they're interested in that. They just want to sign up as a customer. So
yeah, totally. So, you know, Lisa Ross, how do you get them to go from kind of I'm not sure to let's give it a go? Is it as simple as this is how you can earn £2,350 in the next 30 days? Would you like to give it a go?
What do you mean by getting them from to I'd like to give it a go?
Well, I guess that's kind of, they're thinking about it, and then you know, they may be interested, but they're not. It's actually kind of getting them over the line. It's, I might be interested, I might not.
Yeah, I say at the end, you know, the Steve Critchley line, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 not being interested at all, 10 sign me up today, where are you? And if they're a 6 out of 10, I would say, okay, well, what would need to happen to get you up to a 10? Is it confidence? Is it more information? And that's where you can offer the other exposures then.
Fantastic. And that's at the end of the How the Money Works, or after the second Joanna video?
After the money works, yeah, right at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
You're just trying to gauge the level of interest.
Yeah, but you haven't yet signed them up as a customer yet?
No.
Fine, brilliant. That's really useful, really helpful, Gemma. Thank you. And when you're leaving them as well, if they're not completely sure and they need another exposure or two, do you tend to leave them with any information on any literature?
I leave them with an opportunity booklet.
Okay.
And those cards, you know, the money cards, I leave them one of those. That's it, really. I got my name on the back. So
brilliant. And then you follow up with them as agreed. With, you know, you set a plan for when next to follow up with them. You never leave them without any form of next exposure and plan.
Yeah, so the next exposure, I'll give them the date for the op, pick them up if possible, or meet them there.
Yeah.
So that will be the next time I see them.
Brilliant. And it really is as simple as that. I mean, that none of that is rocket science. None of that is stuff that we haven't been taught on training. All you're doing is sticking to the system, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing. And just in terms of activity, some people were keen to kind of say, you know, find out what levels of activity you're doing. I mean, obviously you're doing a little bit of everything. You're fitting it around 2 kids now, and you know, you're lucky not to be a teacher anymore, so you do have some time while the kids are at school. But how many appointments do you try and get in a week? How many presentations do you aim to do a week? Have you broken it down? Do you have kind of set goals of this is what I want to do within a week or a day or a month?
Yeah, I do about 10 appointments a week.
Okay.
Yeah, so in around everything else. So
fantastic. And again, they're all coming from the WAMs, the hot list, chatting to people.
Mixture of everything, yeah. So
perfect.
Well, speaking of customers as well, you know, how many of your customers have seen the presentation? So
go back and chatting to
when I joined, the presentation wasn't you know, a one-size-fits-all kind of thing, you know, where you see the saving and making money. So a lot of my customers haven't seen the presentation because I just signed them up as a customer back in the day. So yeah, I've gone back to my customers and shown them the business.
And how would you open up that conversation? You just go back and kind of give them a courtesy call, is it? And say, you know, would you be open to having a look at seeing how I can
just simple as that, really. So look, when I spoke to you last, or when I came to see you and sign you up as a customer, I didn't show you the business opportunity. Would it be possible just to show you what I do? Maybe a few may not, but would it be okay just to pop around and show you? If it's not for you, you may know some people that would benefit. And
that's the key, is getting the referrals from them, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
Amazing. And I think, you know what, as you said to me earlier, and I've reiterated, you've stuck to what we've been taught. You've picked on the personal development. You've done it. You've just been consistent. You've been regular. And this is something that everybody can do. Everybody can achieve. 3 distributors a month personally, and then assisting them to go on and get their own distributors is totally achievable for all of us, isn't it? We've just got to get out there and do it regularly and keep chatting to people and believing that we can do it.
Adopt the 3-foot rule. So anyone within 3 foot, they're having it.
They're having it. Amazing. Well, Gemma, you've been an absolute legend. Thank you so much for coming on board. I hope I've got through everybody's everybody's questions this evening. I think I've covered most of them. I'm conscious we've only got a couple of minutes left before the call cuts us off. I've been quite good lately, but you know, I'm at risk of being cut off tonight. Anybody think I'd like to chat? But I just wanted to touch base and remind people that we've got MAD coming up next month. I believe it is, let me just check my calendar. It is the 8th and 9th of September. The 9th being in Cheltenham, where I will certainly be going to, and a lot of the people from the south. But there is another one up north on Saturday the 8th. It's all accessible through the partner portal. It's an absolute must-attend event. It's something that everybody could go. I assume you've got your tickets already secured, Gemma, and you got your team going. And it's great fun. And you know, for anybody that's not been before, please do make sure you get yourself along, because it's one of the 2 big company events in a year, and it makes such a massive difference. It will give you a massive boost. There is also Robin and Carol's Team Plus event in the beginning of November, which I posted on our chat recently. That is going to be a massive event. It's a party, it's a big celebration, as well as the opportunity to really learn and pick up some hints and tips and receive, it's a good challenge. Into they're doing a kind of a motivation thing in terms of activity we do between now and then, could net us some prizes as well. So please make sure you get to that. I think it's on the 4th of November. Up in Oswald Street. I'll certainly be taking a car up, and there'll be lots of other of us going from South Wales, so please make sure you get your ticket booked. If you're not sure how to, then give me a call. I will send you the link, or go back through the chat. And I think that's about us. I'm on the verge of getting cut off, so I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you so much for dialing in. Gemma, you're a superstar. I hope everybody's really enjoyed it and really found it beneficial, but you can totally go out there and all do it too. We've just got to make sure we knock Gemma off the spot and go out there and get 7 distributors this month or next month, but I'm sure Gemma won't mind. Thank you again, everybody. You take care, and we'll speak to you soon.